Hello students, today I am going to give a lecture on straight lines and specifically I am targeting forms of lines. Forms of lines means different forms of lines when different conditions are given. Like we have slope of a line is given and point on the line is given, then we have to find the equation of the line. Next we could have been given 2 points on the line and then we have to find the equation of a line. So there are various conditions which are given and we have to find equation of a line. So first of all I start with point slope form. First of all I am going to deliver on point slope form. Point slope form of a line means that there is a point on the line is given and a slope of the line is given. Slope, we already know what is slope of a line. Slope of a line is denoted by m and its value is tan theta, and theta is the angle which it is making with the positive direction of x axis in the anti-clockwise sense. So this is theta in this line. This is your x axis, this is your y axis, and this is your origin. This slope m equal to tan theta is the value which is given to you, and there is a point x1 comma y1 on the line which is given. Now we have to find the equation of this line. Equation of this line is given as y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. How this equation has come? This we can easily find by taking any point. Suppose x comma y, a variable point I am taking on this line, and I am dropping a perpendicular on x axis, and from here we are dropping a perpendicular on x axis, from here we are dropping a perpendicular on this line, and this point is m, this point is a, this point is b. We can easily see if this angle is theta, this angle is also going to be theta, and then we can say that tan theta is equal to perpendicular by base in this triangle ABM. And what is perpendicular? Perpendicular is nothing but y minus y1, the distance between the y coordinate of A and the y coordinate of B. And what is the distance between the x coordinate of A and x coordinate of B? That is the base, x minus x1. And what is tan theta? That is m. So m equal to y minus y1 by x minus x1. So in that sense we can say that y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1, which is the equation of the line. Now this equation of the line is basically written like this, and xy is the variable. Now a simple example for this can be taken. A simple example is like this. Let us take an angle theta is equal to 150 degree, and the point on the line which is given is 2 comma minus 1, and let us find the equation of the line. First of all we find tan theta, that is equal to m, and tan theta will be equal to tan of 150 degree, that is going to be, what you know about tan 150 degree, that is going to be minus tan 30 degree, and minus tan 30 degree means minus 1 by root 3, that is tan of 150 degree. Now the point is 2 comma minus 1, so the equation becomes y minus minus 1 equal to m minus 1 by root 3 x minus 1, x minus 2. So the equation finally comes out to be root 3 y plus 1 equal to minus x plus 2. This will give you x plus root 3 y equal to 2 minus root 3. This is the equation of the line which we have come out with. This is your point slope form. Next I will deal with another form of the line, that is called slope intercept form. Slope intercept form of a line is basically slope of the line is given as the name suggests, and the intercept on y axis is given. Sometimes it is also called y intercept form, slope y intercept form. So we call it as slope intercept form for now, and it is understood that intercept means y intercept. Slope intercept form of a line is the second form of a line. In this form of a line, first of all we know that the slope of the line is given, that is m is given, that is equal to tan theta, and intercept on y axis, that is this is 0 comma c. C could be positive, c could be negative. If it is above x axis it is positive, if it is below x axis it is negative. Another case could be like this, this is negative c, c itself could be positive, and here theta is obtuse angle, here theta is acute angle. Now the equation of the slope intercept form is y is equal to mx plus c. M is the slope and c is the y intercept. This form of a line is very famous because it is basically helped because it is used in finding the slope of a line as well as y intercept of a line. For example, I give you a question, 2x plus y is equal to 7. Find the slope of the line. How do we find the slope of this line? We will change it into this form and then find the slope of the line. We will write it like this, y is equal to minus 2x plus 7. Now y, coefficient of y is 1, coefficient of y is 1, coefficient of x is m, coefficient of x is minus 2. So what is taking the place of m? That is minus 2. What is taking the place of c? That is 7. So y intercept is 7 and slope is minus 2. This means we can easily suggest that the line is something like this, which is making an obtuse angle with the x axis, and its intercept is on positive y axis, that is 0, 7. And obtuse angle definitely means the line is going like this. This is the angle theta, that is giving you tan theta is equal to minus 2. Fine. Now we will come to third form of the line. Third form of the line which I will deal with is called intercept form of a line. Intercept form of a line basically gives the equation of a line when x intercept and y intercept of a line is given. X intercept of a line is given and y intercept of a line is given. X intercept is a comma 0, y intercept is 0 comma b. This is your y axis, this is your x axis, this is your origin. How do you write the equation of the intercept form of a line? X by a plus y by b equal to 1. I will just tell you that how to find the slope intercept form of a line. How to write the intercept form of a line, but the whole calculation part you have to do on your own. This is simply like we have to proceed by finding the slope of this line. One point is given 0 comma b, you can take a comma 0 also. We have already studied slope intercept form, we have studied slope point form. So if you take the help of slope point form, so slope point form, what we do, we take the slope of the line and the point on the line. Point on the line is 0 comma b, and slope of the line can be calculated from these 2 points, that is b minus 0 by 0 minus a, that is minus b by a. This is slope of the line, and the point on the line is 0 comma b. Now you can form the equation of the line by the help of the point and the slope, and you can find the final result which will come in this form. Now a question may come, this is a typical basic question. Basically it may be asked in JEE mains also, but it is not of the level of JEE advanced. It can be asked in boards also. Question states that find the equation of a line if its x intercept and y intercept are thrice and twice of the x intercept and y intercept of the line 3x plus 4y equal to 12. So you understand the question? We have to find the equation of line if its x intercept and y intercept are thrice and twice of the x intercept and y intercept of this line. So first we have to find the x intercept and y intercept of this line, then only we can find the x intercept and y intercept of the required line. So what will be the x intercept and y intercept of this line? X divided by 4 plus y divided by 3 equal to 1. We will change it into intercept form, x by a plus y by b equal to 1 by dividing by 12 throughout. Now its x intercept a is equal to 4 and y intercept b is equal to 3. What is the equation of a line whose x intercept is thrice? So a dash is equal to 12 and b dash, that is twice, that is 6. So the equation of the lines comes out to be x by 12 plus y by 6 equal to 1. So what is the final equation? Final equation comes out to be x plus 2y equal to 12. Fine. So this is intercept form of a line. Now we come to 2-point form of a line. 2-point form of a line. If a point x1 comma y1 and another point x2 comma y2 on the line is given, then the equation of that line can be easily formed, that is y minus y1 is equal to the slope of that line into x minus x1, but the slope of the line is not given, but we can find the slope of the line because 2 points are given, and by the help of 2 points, what is the slope? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this is 2-point form of the line. In 2-point form of the line, I am not giving any example. You can easily understand if 2 points are given, you have to just substitute them x1 y1 x2 y2 everywhere over here, and you will find the equation of the line. Now we come to 5th form of the line, that is basically called symmetric form or parametric form of a line. Symmetric form or parametric form it is called because here parameter is used. Here also angle theta is given with the x axis and the point x1 comma y1 is given. But what we do here in this form of the line, we take an arbitrary point x comma y on this line and which is at a distance r from this given point. This r is the parameter because this is varying. If we vary this arbitrary point on the line, this r will vary from minus infinity to plus infinity, because if it is on the left of x1 y1, it will have negative values, algebraic distance will be negative. If it is on the positive side, that means right hand side, then it is positive, the value of r will be positive. Now x comma y and x1 comma y1 can be related by the help of r and theta like this. We draw perpendiculars as we did earlier also. This triangle will be formed and this portion is x minus x1 is equal to this projection on the x axis is r cos theta. This portion is y minus y1 and this is r sin theta. Now both of them can be clubbed together and written like this: x minus x1 by cos theta equal to y minus y1 by sin theta equal to r. Now this is called the symmetric form or the parametric form of the line. In this, theta is given, x1 y1 is given, but r is the parameter and r belongs to real number and it is called the parameter. This form of the line is widely used in solving various questions. Okay, I was taking the example of parametric form of a line. Let us take the example of parametric form of a line. In this, let us take a question. There is a line and this is cutting x axis at a point A, that is, suppose the point is minus 1 comma 0 and this point is r, which is suppose 3 comma 4, and we have been given that this line is rotated about this point by an angle suppose 15 degree in the anti-clockwise sense, Now the position of this point here is P, that is x dash comma y dash, and we have to find the position of this point. What is the coordinate of that point? Since we know that we have studied parametric form of a line, we know that the distance from this point of this point and the distance of this point from this point is going to be same, that is small r, that is the parameter we take, and the parameter here is a value, has a value. Now we find this angle. This angle is, by the slope form we can find m is equal to 4 minus 0 by 3 minus 1, that is 4 by 4, that is equal to 1. So theta is equal to 45 degree, tan theta is 1. Now this angle is 45 degree, we have found out later on, and if this is rotated about 15 degree, the new angle alpha is equal to 60 degree, 45 plus 15. Now we can find the parametric form of this line. What is the parametric form of this line? X dash minus 1 by cos of 60 degree is equal to y dash minus 0 by sine of 60 degree equal to r. And this r we can easily find out. This r is going to be root over 3 minus 1, that is 4 ka square 16, 4 minus 0, that is again 16, that is root over 32, that is going to be 4 root 2. So you can find x dash plus 1 by half is equal to y dash by root 3 by 2 is equal to 4 root 2. So finally x dash comes out to be 4 root 2 by 2, that is going to be 2 root 2 minus 1, and y dash comes out to be 2 root over 6 after multiplication. We equate this to this and find x dash, we equate this to this and we have y dash. So the parametric form has been used for finding this point when this line is rotated by some given angle, and this point is also given, and this point about which we have rotated it is also given. So these type of questions may be helpful in solving various questions in numerical based examples. Now we come to normal form of a line. Normal form of a line is basically, अभी तक हमने जो भी पढ़ा, till now whatever we have studied is basically something is given about the line. Either point on the line is given, slope of the line is given, 2 point on the line is given, 2 intercepts on the line is given, a intercept and a slope is given, or we have angle given and the point given. But in normal form of line, about line we don't know anything. What is the slope of the line, what is the point on the line, we don't know anything. That is, this line is any line and we have to find the equation of this line. But something has to be given, then only we can find the equation. So something else is given. The perpendicular from origin on this line is having length p. This is given, and this is angle making alpha, this is also given. And then we have to find the equation of this line, and the normal is given on that line. That is why it is called normal form of line. From the origin the normal is given, which is of length p and making an angle alpha with the x axis. This alpha could be from 0 degree to 360 degree. Zero included, but 360 degree is not included. Now we have to find the equation of this line. The simplest approach which we apply over here is, there is another approach also, that also I will tell you first, then I will tell you the simplest approach. The first approach is that you find the point. This point is going to be p cos alpha comma p sin alpha. This point you find p cos alpha comma p sin alpha by having the projection on the x axis and along the y axis. And next, this is 90, this is alpha, so this is becoming 90 degree plus alpha. So this is 90 degree plus alpha, that will give you the slope of this line, tan 90 plus alpha, that is minus cot alpha. So if you have this point and this slope, then you find the equation of the line, but that will give you a very cumbersome equation. And finally, equation normal form of a line is x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to p. That equation you will have to derive from that equation, and that will take a lot of steps. So a simple way is that we take x intercept and y intercept. We take line triangle OAB and then OAC. In triangle OAB, we write it like this: tan alpha is equal to perpendicular by base, but what we need over here? We need this hypotenuse we need, and we have been given base. So what we do? We don't take tan alpha, instead of we take cos alpha. So cos alpha is equal to P by OB, and OB will come out to be P sec alpha. Similarly, in triangle OAC, if you will find out, sin alpha will be equal to P by OC, because this will be 90 degree minus alpha, and cos of 90 degree minus alpha is sin alpha. So this will give you OC is equal to P cosec alpha. This is OB and this is OC. OB is the x intercept of the line and OC is the y intercept of the line. This and this. Now you can find the equation of the line. That will become x by P sec alpha plus y by P cosec alpha equal to 1, and that comes out to be x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. So that is the given equation of this line. Now we take the example of normal form of a line. Example of normal form of a line can be taken like this. Suppose a question is given, root 3x minus y equal to minus 4. Yeah, we take it as root 3x minus y plus 4 equal to 0. This is the equation of the line is given, and it is asked to find the normal form of this line. So we will find the normal form of this line. Always remember this method, that we cannot say that this is root 3x minus y is equal to minus 4. So x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equal to P. Cos alpha x sin alpha y equal to P. Cos alpha is taking the place of root 3, sin alpha is minus 1 and P is minus 4. We cannot do like this. We have to always convert this into the form of cos alpha and sin alpha. This is root 3, it cannot be between 1 and minus 1. This is sin alpha minus 1, it's okay, you will say that sin alpha can be minus 1. But sin square alpha plus cos square alpha must be equal to 1. Root 3 square is 3 and minus 1 square is 1. If you add them, you will get 4. That is not 1. So always, if it is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and you have to change it into the normal form, you have to divide by root over a square plus b square throughout, and then only we can say that a by root over a square plus b square is cos alpha, b by root over a square plus b square is sin alpha, because square and adding them will give you 1, and this is between 1 and minus 1, this is between 1 and minus 1. So here what we have to do, we have to divide by root over a square plus b square. A square means 3 and b square means minus 1 square, that is root over 4, that is equal to 2. Now we divide it by 2, this will become root 3 by 2x minus y by 2 is equal to minus 2. This will become root 3 by 2x minus y by 2 is equal to minus 2, which I have already written. But can we say that this is cos alpha and minus 1 by 2 is sin alpha and p is equal to minus 2? No, we cannot say like this, because p cannot be negative. Perpendicular from the origin on that line cannot be negative, that is a distance, and that distance cannot be negative. So what we have to do, we have to multiply with minus 1 throughout and change it into plus 2. Now this can be written as cos alpha x plus sin alpha y equal to p. Now we just do one thing, cos alpha is minus root 3 by 2, and sin alpha is equal to 1 by 2. What is the value of alpha? This is negative, this has to be between in second or third quadrant, this is positive, this has to be in first or second, common is second quadrant. So, in second quadrant alpha must be equal to 5 pi by 6, that is 150 degree. So, this becomes cos alpha x, that is x cos 5 pi by 6 plus sin alpha y, that is sin pi 5 pi by 6 is equal to 2, that is p. Now, we have to check whether we have come to the right conclusion or not. Is this the normal form of this line or not? Let's draw a figure. That figure is of this line. That is, it is intersecting y equal to 0, x equal to minus 4 by root 3 and x equal to 0, y is equal to 4. This is the line. Perpendicular from origin on that line is making this angle, which is obtuse. So, clearly 5 pi by 6 is between 0 and between 90 degree and 180 degree. Now, that value can be obtained by the slope of this line. This is m, this is 4 minus 0, that is 4 by 0 minus 4 by root 3, that is 4 by root 3, that is equal to root 3, that is theta is equal to 60 degree. We have applied the slope of a line by 2-point form. So, that is coming out to be root 3, that is theta equal to 60 degree. So, this is 60 degree, this is 90 degree, this has to be 150 degree. Exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles of a triangle. So, this result is coming correct. Similarly, we can also find the distance from the origin, later on we will study, will be of distance 2 on this line, because we substitute this point on this line by root 3 into 0 minus 0 plus 4 by root over a square plus b square, that will be 3 plus 1, that is going to be 4 by 2. This concept we are going to study later on, but we have checked that distance is 2, so our result is also correct. Now, we come to family of before family of lines, we come to general form of a line. General form of a line is given like this. Ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where a square plus b square is not equal to 0. This condition is important, because if we take a square plus b square equal to 0, that means a, b are individually 0, and if these two are 0, then c must also be 0, then 0 equal to 0, that is not equation of a line, that will be an identity. So, equation of a line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0, a square plus b square is not equal to 0. In this, if we want to find the slope of the line, we change it into py is equal to minus ax minus c, and y will be equal to minus a by b x minus c by b. So, what will be the slope? M equal to minus a by b, and we always remember it like this, that slope of a line is equal to negative of the coefficient of x by coefficient of y minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y. What will be the x intercept and y intercept? X intercept you can find by putting y equal to 0 over here. So, x will be minus c by a, and what will be the y intercept? You will put x equal to 0, you will find y intercept is equal to minus c by b. Next, let us come to one question. There is very simple question. What is the angle which a line is making with y axis, positive direction of y axis in clockwise sense, if equation of the line is given root 3x minus y plus 1 equal to 0. So generally we apply m, that is minus a by b minus root 3 by minus 1, coefficient of x by coefficient of y, that is equal to root 3, that is theta is equal to 60 degree, that is with the x axis. So the line is something like this. And one more thing, if you want to plot exact line, then you have to also see that where it is intersecting x axis and y axis. Y axis it is intersecting at x equal to y equal to 1, and x axis it is intersecting at x equal to minus 1 by root 3, and this angle is 60 degree. So what is the angle which it is making with the positive direction of y axis in clockwise sense? This is the angle, and you can find this angle easily. This is 60, so this is 30, and this is also going to be 30 degree. So your answer will be 30 degree, that is pi by 6. Now we come to family of lines. Family of lines is basically parallel family of lines, perpendicular family of lines passing through the point of intersection of two lines. So we say family of lines. First of all, we deal with parallel family of lines. Parallel family of lines means if a line is given ax plus by plus c equal to 0, and we have to find a line which is parallel to this line, so that would be ax plus by plus lambda equal to 0. Now the slope of this line is minus a by b, slope of this is minus a by b, so these two are parallel. This is c, this is lambda. This lambda can take any value because there could be infinite number of lines which is parallel to this line. Further in question some other condition, additional condition may be given, so that you can find lambda and then you can find the equation of the specified line. Perpendicular family of lines. परपेंडिकुलर फैमिली ऑफ लाइंस में अगर इक्वेशन ऑफ द लाइन दी हुई है ए एक्स प्लस बी वाई प्लस सी इक्वल टू 0, तो लाइन परपेंडिकुलर टू दैट विल बी बी एक्स माइनस ए वाई प्लस लैम्डा इक्वल टू 0. पैरेलल फैमिली ऑफ लाइंस, जस्ट नाउ वी सॉ ए एक्स प्लस बी वाई प्लस सी इज इक्वल टू 0. पैरेलल टू दैट लाइन is infinite number of lines, so that is why it is given as ax plus by plus lambda equal to 0. Lambda belongs to real number. Similarly, to a line there could be infinite number of lines which are perpendicular to that line, so that is given as bx minus ay plus lambda equal to 0. Lambda belongs to real number, and this line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Slope of this line is minus a by b, slope of this line is b by a. So product is minus 1. This is going to be m1 equal to b by a. This is going to be m2 is equal to minus a by b. So m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1. That means these two lines are perpendicular. Lastly, we come to family of lines passing through the intersection of two lines. Family of lines passing through the intersection of two lines. Suppose these two lines are there, these two are particularly perpendicular. It is not necessary that those two lines are perpendicular. So we take any two lines, these two lines, and any line passing through the point of intersection of these two lines. This line is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, in short written as L1 equal to 0. This is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0, in short written as L2 equal to 0. Any line passing through the intersection of these two lines is given as mu L1 plus lambda L2 equal to 0, where mu and lambda belongs to any real number. What do you mean by mu L1? Mu into a1x plus b1y plus c1 plus lambda into a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Now we know that if this line is passing through the intersection of these two lines, that must be satisfied by this point x1 comma y1, which is the point of intersection of both the lines. So x1 comma y1 is satisfying this line also as well as satisfying this line also. So at the same time x1 y1 will make this 0 and this 0. So x1 y1 will make this whole part will be equal to 0 by x1 y1. So this basically this line is passing through this point, that is the intersection of these two lines. So this is family of lines passing through the, if you want to write the topic, family of lines passing through the intersection of given two lines. So for now I am completing my lecture. Next lecture we will start and we will continue with the straight lines. अभी हम लोग straight lines में पढ़ेंगे points associated with straight lines. Points कौन कौन से होते हैं? Points जनरली होते हैं सर्कमसेंटर, सेंट्रॉयड, इन सेंटर, ऑर्थो सेंटर, एक्स सेंटर. तो इन तरह के पॉइंट्स हम पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. सबसे पहले हम लोग पढ़ेंगे सेंट्रॉयड. सेंट्रॉयड किसको कहते हैं? किसी भी ट्रायंगल में, ट्रायंगल किससे बनता है? तीन स्ट्रेट लाइंस से बनता है. तीन स्ट्रेट लाइंस के इंटरसेक्शन सच दैट दीज थ्री स्ट्रेट लाइंस जो हैं वो कॉन्करेंट नहीं हो. तो वो तीनों अगर स्ट्रेट लाइंस कॉन्करेंट नहीं है तो उससे एक ट्रायंगल बनेगा, और ये भी कंडीशन होनी चाहिए कि वो पैरेलल नहीं है. ठीक है, तो ये स्ट्रेट लाइन से हमने एक ट्रायंगल बना लिया और उसके बाद इसका सेंट्रॉयड निकालना चाह रहे हैं. तो सेंट्रॉयड इज अ पॉइंट, उस पॉइंट को कहते हैं सेंट्रॉयड, जो कि मीडियंस का पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्करेंसी होता है. मीडियंस किसको कहते हैं? मीडियंस उस लाइन को कहते हैं जो वर्टेक्स से अपोजिट साइड पे ड्रॉ की जाती है और अपोजिट साइड को इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करती है, एक ही इक्वल भाग में डिवाइड करती है. तो अगर मैं एक लाइन ड्रॉ कर दूं जो इस BC को इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करे, ये लाइन ड्रॉ कर दूं तो इसको इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करे, और ये लाइन ड्रॉ कर दूं ये इसको इक्वल पार्ट्स में डिवाइड करे, तो क्लियरली ये तीनों लाइन एक जगह कॉन्करेंट होती हैं, एक जगह से पास करती हैं. वो प्रूफ अभी हम लोग नहीं देख रहे हैं. वो पॉइंट डिनोट किया जाता है G से, सेंट्रॉयड से. ऑलवेज कॉन्करेंट होती हैं, ये हम लोग अभी जान लें. तीन मीडियंस जो होते हैं वो ऑलवेज कॉन्करेंट होते हैं, और जिस पॉइंट पे वो इंटरसेक्ट करते हैं, जो पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्करेंसी होती है, वो सेंट्रॉयड कहलाती है, जिसको G से डिनोट करते हैं. और ये जो मीडियन है ये है मान लिया D, ये है E, ये है F. अगर A पॉइंट है x1, y1, B पॉइंट है x2, y2 और C पॉइंट है x3, y3, तो मीडियन क्या हो जाएगा? मीडियन हो जाएगा x1 प्लस x2 प्लस x3 बाई 3. मीडियन नहीं, सॉरी, सेंट्रॉयड y1 प्लस y2 प्लस y3 बाई 3. ये सेंट्रॉयड का x और y कोऑर्डिनेट हो जाएगा. और एक और प्रॉपर्टी होती है मीडियन की, कि मीडियन जो है सेंट्रॉयड के द्वारा 2:1 के रेशियो में डिवाइड होता है. तो ये 2:1 है, ये भी 2:1 होगा, ये भी 2:1 होगा. जो रेशियो होगा वो 2:1 का होगा. एक क्वेश्चन हम लोग देख लेते हैं, फाइंड द लोकस. ये क्वेश्चन आ चुका है IIT JEE मेंस में, कि फाइंड द लोकस ऑफ अ पॉइंट. एग्जैक्ट क्वेश्चन मुझे अभी याद नहीं आ रहा है कि पॉइंट्स क्या क्या लिए थे. क्वेश्चन इसी तरह का था, फाइंड द लोकस ऑफ अ पॉइंट such that it is vertex of a triangle whose two other vertices are 1, 2 एंड ले लेते हैं 3, -1. ये दो अदर वर्टिसेस हैं, और ये भी दिया हुआ है एंड सेंट्रॉयड इज 3t, t + 1/2 मान लिया, where t is the parameter. तो हम लोग जैसे लोकस निकालते हैं वैसे ही लोकस निकालेंगे. लोकस ऑफ दैट पॉइंट इज h, k मान लेते हैं. तो h + 1 + 3/3 = 3t ये होगा. x1 + x2 + x3/3 is equal to the coordinate of the centroid. यही होता है. और k + 2 - 1/3 = t + 1/2. तो फाइनली क्या हो जाएगा? h + 4/9 = t, और यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा k प्लस 1 इंटू 2/3 माइनस 1 इक्वल टू t, ये होगा। अब मैं दोनों t को इक्वेट कर देता हूँ, तो ये हो जाएगा h प्लस 4/9 इक्वल टू 2 इंटू के प्लस 1/3 माइनस 1। h हो गया x, तो x प्लस 4/9 और k हो गया y प्लस 1/3 माइनस 1। तो ये इक्वेशन ऑफ द लाइन आ गई, ऑफ दैट वर्टेक्स का जो लोकस हो गया वो आ गया, जो कि एक स्ट्रेट लाइन है। इसको हम बाद में रीअरेंज करके लिख सकते हैं। तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं।